Hello everyone, Michelle Jab here, clinical psychologist and crazy love coach. For those of you who have been following me, you may know that I've been working on this new program, Break Up with Abuse, in order to help women who were in abusive relationships fall in love with themselves again. Yeah, we don't want to improve their self-love and help these women have the life they desire finally. Okay, so as I've been doing for a couple of weeks, I've been explaining each element in this abuse situation and dynamic. What are the trauma that they're going through, what kind of men they're meeting, etc. And today is the final video in this series. Today I'm going to talk about what happens once they left this guy and how they can deal with the trauma that they are left with. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the PTSD that remained after this kind of abusive relationship. So what is it, how to recognize it, and also what are the steps in order to deal with it and to heal. So first of all, I'm going to explain what is PTSD, so post-traumatic stress disorder, okay, for those of you who don't know this abbreviation. So the post-traumatic stress disorder, usually we use it when we talk about people who've been to war and still have this kind of stress because they are traumatized with what they saw there, or people who have been in a traumatic event like a tsunami or something like this huge, a terrorist attack. This is a PTSD, like the feelings and the fear and all the trauma that is going to result from this specific event. And of course, we are able to use this abbreviation, this name, actually this appellation I meant, with people who went through an abusive relationship, because abuse is also traumatic. Is it for an adult as much as it's for a kid? And of course, as I explained in my first video, abuse can leave a lot of scars. Is it mental or physical or sexual? It's always traumatic. So in order, as a psychologist and in psychiatry as well, when we want to talk about PTSD, we have two essential elements we need to have as criteria. The first thing is that we know that this person was in this kind of event, that there was actually an event and the person was living it. So in this case, it's the abuse, okay? In other case, it can be war. In other case, it can be the tsunami or whatever. So the abuse is the situation, and of course we know that it's accurate. She was with this guy and she was abused. So we could, once we know that she was abused, automatically we know that she will most probably have some kind of PTSD. Then the second element is that this person is going to show some kind of intense fear, some kind of intense horror. She's gonna feel helpless and she's gonna feel not in power. Please say hi when you're here so I know who's here, and don't hesitate to type your question. If you have some, I'll be pleased to answer you, even if it's at the end of the training or when you catch the recording. Okay, so she doesn't have any control on her fear and on the horror that she can feel. It's something that she cannot like calm down. I'm gonna think about something else, it's gonna go away. It doesn't go away. It's stronger than her, and she's gonna have the feeling that she doesn't have any control on the situation and the events that happened, same as it happened before. So until now, she still feel helpless. Okay, so this is the elements that will show us that it's PTSD. What are the real symptoms that will confirm that this person is going through PTSD? Thank you for the hearts, thank you. So first of all, the memories. So she's gonna be haunted by memories, horrible memories about what happened. She's gonna remember how he talked to her, how he texted her, how he aggressed her some way or the other. Okay, so she's gonna be reminded of everything. So even maybe while eating, she's going to remember something that happened when she was eating with him, or whatever it is. She's going always to remember what happened at any given moment. Everything is a trigger for memories, okay? Also, not only during the day when she's awake, she's going to have the memories, but at night she will have some kind of nightmares. And the nightmares are going to be very, very horrible for her, okay? So for example, either she's going to relive something that happened, just she's going to dream about it, or she's going to dream about something different, but that is linked to this trauma as well. So here, as a reaction, her body or her mind are going to kind of protect her because it's so unbearable to her, and they're going to prevent her from sleeping. And this is when the insomnia started. So she's gonna stop herself from sleeping in order to not dream of what's happening, to not be reminded of what happened, okay? And of course, someone who doesn't sleep, who has insomnia, is always tired, and this leads to more and more symptoms, okay? So the bad memories, the insomnia, the nightmares, but also she's gonna feel some kind of anxiety in her body, in her mind. She's gonna feel anxious as soon as there's a trigger or something that is going to make her feel that this situation is going to happen again. Even if it doesn't, it won't happen actually in the reality. Some stuff are going to make her feel that it's going to happen again because she's used to the pattern. So for example, if she has a new boyfriend, let's take this. Usually it doesn't work with the first boyfriend after these abusive relationships because they're too good to be true, usually if they're not abusers, and women don't know how to adapt to them. They are scared, don't trust them. So if the new boyfriend is going, for example, to, let's say, buy her flowers, she's gonna feel that there's something fishy here, and she's gonna be scared because last time her ex-boyfriend brought her flowers, it ended with a fight, and maybe he went and cheated on her, I don't know. Or maybe he brought her flower because he wanted to apologize for cheating on her. So a lot of things are going to pass through her mind, and of course the anxiety is going to rise, okay? As people observers or people around her, we won't understand what's happening to her, but to her, it totally makes sense, okay, ladies? So the anxiety is another very important element. Other than that, we're gonna feel a huge amount of stress when she's talking about the event. So you're gonna see that the person is not herself when she wants to talk about the event. Even if it's to say his name, it's gonna be horrible for her, okay? Other than that, you can see some bodily symptoms when she thinks about it or talks about it. It's enough that she's thinking about it that the symptoms are going to start. So first of all, most of the time, they start shaking a lot. They start crying because they feel so overwhelmed and so scared, okay? They have a feeling that they are choking somehow. They have a pain in the guts. They have the insomnia, as I said before, an effect on the appetite. So either they're gonna eat more or not eat at all, okay? It's gonna affect their appetite. They're gonna have a tendency to get upset, get mad very easily, very quickly. They're gonna be very, susceptible, okay? And of course, they cannot concentrate, they cannot focus. Everything that is related to their cognition, to their brain, they cannot use it because their thoughts are focused on one thing, and it's the trauma. So as long as the trauma has the power on her brain or her mind, she cannot function it, she cannot work, she cannot think about something else, okay? The kind of thoughts that they're gonna have are thoughts like, there's no possible future for me, I'm doomed, it's a dead end, I will never have my happily ever after, this kind of things. She thinks that there's no bright future for her anymore, okay? So these are the elements. So if you recognize any of the symptoms in you or in someone you like, or you know, even not necessarily you like, please know that they have PTSD and tell them that they're not doomed and that there's a way out of it. There is a way to heal. There is a cure if you want. And this is what my program is about. So I'm going to explain what are the steps, actually not how, but the real steps that I follow in my program in order to help them deal with it and to help them heal. The first thing I help my clients do, and usually they've already done it because they come to me after a while, so they are aware of their problems and their PTSD. So usually this is already done. They need to be aware that it was abuse and that they were a victim. Because a lot of times we are in denial. We think that, okay, it was bad, it was toxic, but it wasn't abuse. Oh yes, it was abuse. And you need to realize that it was abuse and you were a victim, and it's okay, it's fine to accept this idea that you were a victim, okay? So this is the very first step. As you may know, if you heard me before in my previous videos, I was in this kind of relationship myself, and it's only when I realized that it was abuse that I was able to let it go and heal. So the same thing that applied to me, I apply it to my clients. I'm not talking out of the blue. I know what I'm talking about, okay? So first, accept that she was a victim and that it was abuse. This is the first step I work on. Then it's about being proud of herself for leaving him. We work on this because this is where she's going to see how strong she is. She's going to see that actually she's an empowered woman, that she believes in herself, because if she didn't believe in herself in the first place, if she didn't know deep down that she deserved better, she wouldn't have left in the first place. So she stepped out of her comfort zone this first time. It means that she can do it again and again and again. So these are the first two steps. The third thing I do with my clients is that I work on the original trauma that led them to choose this kind of partner, usually a partner with narcissistic personality. You know that I'm a psychologist, so I use my expertise in this particular point in my work. So I help them go back to the original trauma. Usually it's linked to the childhood, and we clear all this up. It's not as painful as you may think, ladies, don't worry. I don't let my client cry so much. Actually, it's fun to work with me. And then, when that is done, we can start working on the new you. So the fourth step will be intense self-love work. Here, I'm totally focused on supporting my client falling in love with herself. And I don't let her go unless she looks at the mirror. I have a mirror here in my office. And before leaving, she needs to tell me that, you see this girl in the mirror, I want to date her. And that's the sign that she is healed. And once that is done, the second fun part is here. It's to build her new life. Once she has her self-confidence back, her self-love back, she knows her worth, she's empowered again, she embraces her good sides as much as her weaknesses, and she embraces her abuse as well. Like, okay, I've been there, but it's done, it's over. I forgive myself for that. She can start building her new life. And maybe it's about having a new career, maybe it's about a new relationship, maybe it's focusing on her family, maybe it's being more sociable and building new social relationships. It can be anything. But before getting there, she needs to be very clear on the healing process before. My battery is dying. Okay, so that's it for today. I don't see any questions, but if you catch the recording, please type your question in. I will answer you as soon as I see them. If you are interested in my program, or if you know someone that might be interested, please, the link is on top of this video to book a free call with me where we can check how I can help you, how can I support you. This is my new mission and I really love doing that. So it's a free call, you don't lose anything. Let's have a chat and see how I can help you. And please hit the share button so we can inspire more women over the world. I'm sending you plenty of kisses and I see you very soon. Bye bye.